Okay. Let's see. Go ahead and say something, Joe.
Something Joe, something Joe, something Joe.
Okay, it shows up now. Before, was just getting a blank line of nothingness.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I'm looking for.
I know there's an update last week, but I don't think that was. I think it was before we recorded even last week, so. Or maybe not. I don't remember. I don't remember.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, before I forget. See it?
Oh, sorry. Oh, you got the hardcover. Or is it a hardcover?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hardcover. But look how small it is.
It's small. That's why I was kind of confused, and I don't see the, typical, the hardcover spine, but then again, that might be just covered up by the dust
But
jacket.
it's technically a young reader's book, so it's like smaller size apparently. Because
I guess smaller hands?
I guess I don't know if it seems kind of mean. It's like as a book.
Yeah.
Weird, right?
I was going to actually ask you about what your reaction to that is last week, but obviously I'll ask you this week because it's not his typical type of sci-fi nostalgia style book. It is very much so more a real life book, I guess, and it's aimed at younger readers. Although how young I don't remember.
I mean, it says it's listed as young readers. I don't know what that actually falls in the category for, but I didn't realize they separated them out in Barnes and Noble.
Well, they do have the YA, the young adult, and that they think that would be like the teenager.
Yeah,
type
that's
novels,
yeah,
that's what
the like
isn't
Twilight
that
and
what
shit.
like the Divergent series and
Twilight.
I was gonna say Twilight, but then I kind of stopped myself. I'm like, is
think
that
they are.
considered YA?
I think
Okay,
Hunger Games is too.
yeah, definitely Hunger Games is. Okay, technically, I think the Maze Runner is as well.
Yeah.
Considered a YA novel. But yeah, what's your? Have you started reading it? What's your impressions of what you think it'll be?
I haven't started reading it yet. I just picked it up yesterday, or no, Thursday. Fair day it was. But I'm finishing. I just finished the Ron Perlman book, and then I think that one's gonna be next. I think.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna read it physically,
Oh my god.
but I don't know yet.
Physically,
Yeah,
as in open a book.
yeah. Not just to take the receipt out of it.
So weird.
I actually, it's funny as I bought it. When I buy most, the books, I usually wait until I read them first, like digitally, or listen to them digitally, and then if I enjoy it, I'll buy it. Unless it's like a Stephen King book or Joe Hill or one of those ones, I'll just fucking snatch it up. But I was like, it's Ernest Cline, I might as well just get it. And then I was like, maybe one day I'll get him to sign it.
Right.
Who knows? Who knows?
If he actually goes anywhere. I don't.
Yeah.
Does he go to any cons or bookstores for signings?
I mean, I know he's been at Comic-Con a couple times, but I don't know if he was doing signings more than just
Just a
being.
panel in San Diego.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
Have you looked at Poison Pen in a while? Have they done anything in a while?
I get their
I thought I used to get their mailing email list, and I
Yeah.
have not seen anything from them in a long time.
That's a great question. Actually, I don't know if I have either. I know I keep getting changing hands. Which apparently, by the way, they added a coffee shop / bar
Okay.
to that one. The one that's off of Camelback and where we went that one time.
Yeah.
And they added I guess the other half is now like a bar where you can read and drink.
All right. Get drunk and read.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. Poison. Is it Poisoned Pen or Poison Pen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Pretty sure they both work. I have no idea.
Website. This is intriguing information for people to listen to.
I know, right?
Let's see. lot of things coming up in April. The Clock Struck Murder, Betty Webb, K.T. Nguyen. That's a name. Is that one person?
I don't know.
J.S. Rosen?
That
I don't know.
probably is one person. Unless it says J.S. and Rosen.
Or S.J. Rosen. I looked the wrong
S.J.
one.
Rosen.
Well, because on the cover, the book is called The Murder of Mr. Ma, whatever it is. And it says John Shen Yen Ni and then S.J. Rosen.
So if that's anything, if it could be anything like Xi Jinlu's stuff, it could be like, he wrote it, the original one in Chinese. I'm taking a lot of assumptions here, and then the other guy translated it.
Could be. Let's see. Karen E. Olson, C.S. Harris, John Sandford, Claire McIntosh, William Martin, Megan Miranda, Anne Hillerman, Douglas Preston, Robert Dujoni, Hardboiled Discussion Group, William Thomas.
We're going to talk about the hard-boiled movies.
The books that look like Mark Sullivan, don't know relation. Jane Ann Kurtz writing as Jane Castle. I don't know what any of that means. Piper CJ with Sarah Kate. A lot of these, I don't know any of these ones.
Yeah.
Harlan Coben. Why does that name sound familiar?
I have no idea.
Ellen Crosby. Poetry Night.
Nice.
Graham Moore. Matt Goldman. Stuart Turton and Ruth Ware. Yeah. There's a live event of Andrews and Wilson.
Yeah, I'm not sure who they are.
They're the ones that write the Tom Clancy books, apparently.
Oh, they do the Tom Clancy books now?
Yeah, because they have the cover they show here is Tom Clancy's a Jack Ryan novel, Act of Defiance.
That's cool.
Tom Straw, Craig Johnson, Brian Panowich, another hard-boiled discussion group. Jacqueline Winsper, that's the last name. Kaviri, sure. Brett Battles, Susan Ellen. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of ones that I don't know any of these.
Well, sounds like that they're still.
They're
Actually,
doing a
it
ton
sounds
of
like
them.
they're doing a lot better than they were during COVID or just after COVID, because all that stuff just like died out.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
For
those who don't know that what we're talking about is Poison Pen.
Poison Pen.
Poison Pen is a bookstore in Scottsdale, Arizona, that actually has writers come out and they'll talk about their books and do signings and stuff. We went there and saw Hill.
Joe
Jesus
Hill.
Christ, what's his first name?
Joe Hill.
Joe Hill.
It's your literal name.
Yeah, I know. It's early. I've had a cup of coffee that's it. That's it. Joe Hill there. They had a cool little meet and greet beforehand at a restaurant right across the street, and then we went into the bookstore, talked about stuff, asked questions. People asked questions, and then got pictures and personalized signings of the book that at the time, which was Full Throttle, if I recall right.
Yup.
Yeah, see, I do remember stuff.
Yeah, he does.
I got mine signed. He pre-signed everything, which I did not realize because I never even opened up the book when we first got there because they had the books ready for everybody. So when I got out there, he was like, "What would you like?" I was like, "Just sign it." He's like, "Well, it's already signed." I'm like, "Oh, he's like, well, what's your name?" I'm like, "Joe." And so I got from one Joe to another.
Yeah.
Signed in mine, which is pretty cool. And then I got a picture of him. which was pretty cool.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's
yeah.
what Poison Pen is. So that's what we're looking up to see who might be there in the future here. Maybe somebody that we would be worth going to see, and not really for me.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
nope, not at all.
So, anyways, I bought that the other day, and thinking about popping it open and reading it. We'll see.
Reading the physical version. Is there a reason why you'd want to read the physical version?
No, I just bought it, and I was like, oh, I could read this, and then I was like,
Like I already spent 14, 15, 20 bucks on the physical version. Why buy
yeah, I was like,
the digital version for 20 bucks and then the audio version for $1 or something?
yeah, I was like, I could just read it. I have it in front of me. We'll see. We'll see how I feel.
Speaking of books,
Yes.
because I actually do have this article opened up here, Kobo has released a colored e-reader. So
Really?
yeah,
I don't know why.
color e-readers have been a thing for a while, but most of them have been relatively expensive. I'm not saying that this one is cheaper here, but Kobo is one of the bigger e-reader devices out there besides Amazon. And what's funny is that this article also lists Barnes and Noble, and I keep forgetting that they even have an e-reader. I thought that thing died out a long time ago.
Oh, it's a Samsung tablet now, if I'm not mistaken.
I could have swore we still saw the Nook branding the last time we were there,
It
but
is.
could
I
be
think it's
wrong.
branded by as a Nook, but it's a Samsung tablet.
Samsung tablet. Yeah. It's kind of cool looking. I mean, I guess at least the screen is kind of cool looking. The device itself looks very chunky and blah to me.
Blah.
It does if you look at it. But they have two different versions here. Yeah. So it says April 30th when Kobo releases the first e-readers. One is $149.99. That is the Kobo Clara Color, and the other is $219.99. The Kobo Libra Color. Both devices look a lot like their black and white predecessors, the Kobo Libra 2 and the Kobo Clara 2E, but with color screens instead of black and white screens. I was hoping it would. I think it's basically the size and form factor are the differences between the two. Prices is pretty reasonable because I think $219 for their more expensive version is basically what a Kindle Oasis was.
Somewhere on there.
I
Yeah.
would say it's been a while since I bought the Oasis. I really hope that this pushes Amazon to actually make a color e-reader. I was tempted to looking through this article. I was like, oh man, I'd really love color e-reader. You could read comic books and stuff on it and whatnot. But this being my first time that I've actually ever even paid attention to Kobo,
Yeah.
I actually went to their website and they have their own ebook store, audiobook store as well. But it doesn't seem like they have WhisperSync. And of course, I didn't really look very hard, but I didn't really see any comic books either. So it's like I'm still stuck within the Amazon world because they just have the stuff that I want.
Yeah, they definitely have a
There's
leg up
camera
on
the
those
back,
people.
too. That's weird. I didn't see that.
That's strange.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Clara is a 6-inch screen. The Libra is a 7-inch screen. Libra also has physical page turn buttons and sports Kobo stylus for sketching and handwriting. Both e-readers are waterproof, include Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth compatibility, USB-C ports, which is pretty nice as well, and the same dual-core processor. Doesn't mention what it is in here. They also both have front light with an adjustable color temperature to make the screen easier on the eyes. The screen technology in them promises 4,096 colors and more saturated colors than the previous generation Kaleido Plus, which is the screen that they're using, the Kaleido 3. Resolution of color images also improved from 100 ppi to 150 ppi. Black and white content both and both in Kaleido 3 generally and the new Kobo specifically, is a sharper 300 ppi. Yeah. Like, tech-wise, it's very tempting. If you look at the images of the color, it does look a bit washed out, but it still looks very nice. Something that I would like. Again, I've never really looked at the Kobo stuff. You look at their software, at least what you see on the screen, it looks very Kindle-like. So it has, like, when you're looking at the books, you're seeing like the rows of books that you have or the ones that you can buy and whatnot. And it would be cool just to see like the little color versions of the covers on there.
Yeah,
but again, it just doesn't have the features that I want that Amazon has.
Yeah, and the content too is you're limited to, obviously whatever they can get. Where Amazon seems to have usually, I mean, I've never run into it where they don't have an ebook version of something.
Mm-hmm.
But also the fact that you can get Whisper Sync on like 90%, if not higher than 90% of books, and the fact that comic books are available on it too. Not that I would read a comic book on my Kindle, but the Kindle app on my phone, which I probably wouldn't use either with my iPad, is a handy little thing to have too.
I think I would read it on, especially if it's color. It makes it more convenient to me. Yeah. I'm good and ready to go to bed. Do I want to read a comic or do I want to read an actual book? Instead of pulling out my giant tablet that is just going to blare light into my face, I could read on something that's a bit more friendly for reading at night. I like that option of having it.
It's a good option.
It is a good option.
It is a good option.
But yeah, I hope this, because again, it's been, God, when was Oasis, the last Oasis released? It's been what, 2 years?
I think so, yeah.
Oh no, that's not how you spell Oasis. Oasis. So it feels that is not how you spell Oasis either. Jesus. So it's been a while. They need to make a refresh of this, especially since they did just refresh the Paperwhite sometime in the last year, if I recall right, and they added not only some of the features from the Oasis, like I forgot what they call it, but the backlight that you can change the colors on, not full colors, but the temperature of, and they added wireless charging to it, and I'm like, bro, why isn't that on my Oasis? Like, why?
Nah.
That's supposed to be the top of the line thing.
Nah.
And for some reason, the Paperwhite got wireless charging before the Oasis did. I would have thought that I would have run into. No, here we go. Wikipedia. Why are you so far down, Wikipedia?
'Cause that's why. Suck it, nerd.
And they don't even, on quick glance, I don't even see the Oasis listed here. Oh, there it is, but yeah, so the third edition of the Oasis was released in 2019. So we have gotten like the Paperwhite, the 11th generation Kindle, and the Kindle Scribe.
We haven't had the Oasis came out 5 years ago.
That's what it says here. The third edition of the Oasis. But even then, like the last one that they list here, Scribe, was released in 2022.
Come on, Amazon.
So they're well overdue for a refresh.
But also, they don't really have, as we just discussed, a real competitor to have to.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Like, if you don't have a competitor to push you forward, then yeah, you're just going to sit on your laurels and just be like, yep, I'm the king of the town and I don't really have to do anything.
And it's one of those things where I guarantee you that's a less popular product than some other stuff, you know. And even like their like they don't update even like their Fire tablets or their Fire TV stuff that often until there's like a change in technology, really.
That's true too. That sucks. Anyway, thought that was cool.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. I don't remember why I saved that one. I didn't finish going back and reading all these. The only other article that I really had saved this week that I wanted to talk about, because I know you love this type of stuff. Did you know
Probably.
that Kraft Heinz makes a Coca-Cola Freestyle dispenser for condiments?
I did.
I've never even heard of the place that apparently they did like a test run in. It was called BurgerFi. The only restaurants that had it right now, but basically the way they describe it is like a cube type dispenser, much like the Freestyle machine. And basically you start off with a base that is either Heinz ketchup, ranch, or Heinz 57 or barbecue sauce, and then you add in other flavors like buffalo, jalapeno, smoky chipotle, mango, and whatnot. They do, according to this, plan on rolling it out to more restaurants in 2024, although the article from Fast Company doesn't mention any other companies that they are going to be rolling it out to. And that they specifically mentioned that they're going to be tracking like what people try the most of in combinations, and kind of seem to keep going back to. Obviously not on an individual level, but if a lot of people are being like, oh, I want, ketchup with mango in it, and like there's thousands, if not millions, of people, getting ketchup with mango in it, then why not release a ketchup mango product that people can buy off the shelves?
Like product testing, but with like real people.
Exactly. I think this is kind of a cool thing. I know you hate the Coca-Cola Freestyle machines. I know your reasoning behind it is basically everything comes out of the same nozzle, so you have like cross-contamination, even if if that's not something that you select. You're selecting like you want Coke and orange, but obviously hundreds of thousands of people have probably selected other things, so you're getting little drippy drops of pretty much everything that everybody else has tried together. I like the idea of it, but I do wonder how they separate the sauces.
Yeah, like I'd hope there's inside the nozzle piece would be like a ketchup one, a ranch one, a barbecue one, a Heinz 57 one, and they're like, in a little like this.
They have their own. They have their own nozzles for dispensing. Maybe I would. It says up to 200 different possibilities. So I don't know if exactly how many flavor combinations you can do. Personally, I would hope that they would do an individual nozzle for each and everything, because some of these, so even some of the bases are very strong flavors themselves.
Yeah.
And then the accoutrement flavors that you can add to it are very strong themselves as well. So yeah, you're not going to be able to share nozzles with this thing. So I would hope that they would separate things out as well.
Yeah, I mean, in the other problem I have with the freestyle machine, sometimes it doesn't feel like it does a very good job of mixing them properly.
Yeah.
Because it's not it's obviously a pre-set up amount they're putting in, but like when you go to a normal fountain drink and you get cherry Coke, it's cherry Coke.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Coke with cherry additive.
Yeah.
And I think that's how the freestyle machine works, is they don't have a cherry Coke thing in it. It's just cherry added to Coke.
Yeah, I would definitely say that, because the freestyle machines that I've gone to, you can definitely see like the red syrup.
Yeah.
Whatever that is that they would use to make it cherry.
Which is, that's not my problem. I think it's just the mixing always doesn't seem right. Sometimes it's like almost non-existent versus like, the base flavor or whatever. I like the idea of creating my own concoctions out of it, but it's just not ever gonna be the same. And I'm just, those people never clean that shit. So
No, yeah. Anyway, that was it. That's all I have.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
See everybody. I'm just kidding. So CinemaCon just wrapped up, or is wrapping up. I'm not too sure if today is a day of it or not. But it's the annual hey, this is what the studios have coming out type thing. They announce certain things, show off footage. This year it didn't seem like they were going to announce a lot of things. Because the early news was they showed footage of Deadpool and Wolverine, 9 minutes of it, by the way. Kevin Feige confirmed that it's definitely going to be rated R, because he came out and said the F-bomb a couple times, and then he confirmed that Deadpool will be saying the F-bomb, fuck, throughout the movie as well.
Nice.
Because they're like, nah, it's Deadpool. We're not, we're not going to have Captain America slinging different words around, but Deadpool's Deadpool, and that's how it's been set up, and he's going to continue that because it's probably going to be the last time we see him.
Right.
At least the Ryan Reynolds version. So that's kind of interesting. But the Disney announced, so big ones would be Disney, Warner, Universal, Paramount did a press thing for it. So Disney came out, showed footage of or showed the first trailer for Mufasa, which is the prequel to Lion King, and this is the photorealistic Lion King, not the animated Lion King. So the one with Donald Glover from a couple years back. They showed off footage of Captain America, the new one, Captain America 4.
I saw pictures of it, yeah.
And then they apparently there's an Air Force One style event that happens in it. Where Cap saves Harrison Ford's Thunderbolt Ross from a plane thing, I guess. I don't know if that's true or not, but I was like, that's hilarious if that's what they did. Because
Harrison Ford shout, "Get off my plane!"
Right? Yeah, with his mustache. Then they had The Rock come out and they showed the first footage from Moana 2. He did a little hula dance thing with the people on stage. It's not really hula, but he did a little dancey thing out there. It was just pretty cool to watch. All you can see is footage of like people who were filming the stage portion of it because they weren't allowed to film any of the footage, obviously, without getting highly sued and probably buried in a mountain of debt and corpses probably.
Oh, yeah. Mountain of debt, at the very least.
Yeah. But they talked about Disney, Walt Disney Animation, Pixar, and Marvel Studios, Lucasfilms, and Searchlight, I believe, is the other one, and Fox, 20th Century, I should say. And then they, I believe they showed footage from Inside Out 2. And then I think that was the big ones from Disney. And then I had a couple other things. I can't remember what it was that they had out there. But the big one, obviously, they're really leaning into the whole Deadpool thing. Kevin Feige also said that they're letting Deadpool design a popcorn bucket.
Oh, my God.
So, yep.
It's something worse than the sandworm.
Yeah, the sand vagina.
God.
Yeah, so Kevin Feige came out and said it's fucking awesome, is what he said about the Deadpool Wolverine stuff, which was hilarious to me because he's dropping F-bombs. Let's see, what else did Disney show? I think that was pretty much everything Disney talked about for the most part. Just because everything else is kind of like we already know. Oh, they just dropped the trailer for something called The Young Woman in the Water, or Versus the Water. It's Daisy Ridley. I haven't watched the trailer yet. They dropped the trailer that same day. It comes out next month, I think.
Is that the prequel to, what was it, Woman of the Water, Lady of the Lake, or whatever
Lady
it
of the
was,
Lake,
that M. Night Shyamalan film?
Yeah, Lady of the Water. Lady in the Water. Lady of the Lake is the sword in the thing.
The Sword in the Stone, the Lady of the Lake, who gives out the
Excalibur,
Excalibur. There we go.
To Arthur.
I said it's early in the morning.
I haven't had my coffee.
I had my coffee. I had 1 cup.
Oh, 1 cup. That's not enough.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then like they showed off. I forgot that was a thing. They showed off footage from Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Cool.
Gladiator 2 got footage that was shown. That's not all Disney stuff. I'm just rambling on stuff. They showed footage for Alien Romulus, which apparently
one of the trailers that you sent.
That's one of them trailers I sent. Yeah, it's one of the head hugger or the face huggers are all jumping around and shit.
Yes, that was terrifying, dude.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, so that is Fede Alvarez. If you don't know that name, he's the one that did the remake of Evil Dead, the really gnarly one with the box cutter scene and the fucking severed arm and the blood lady.
Glad I'm now right there and I'm reliving that sequence again.
He never replied to my tweet. I asked him what flavor box cutter they used, and he never asked me. So, that was years ago too. I don't know. He probably never got around to it. It's fine.
He just suddenly responds to it within a couple of days.
Yep. They are so Paramount announced that they are going forward with the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover movie. They announced a new Transformers movie that's completely CG animated. It's called Transformers 1, and it is the origin of or the origin story behind Optimus Prime and Megatron, who used to be brothers in arms, then became enemies.
Okay.
It's going to take place 100% on Cybertron, apparently.
I mean,
Chris Hemsworth is voicing Optimus Prime.
Interesting.
And Brian Tyree of Godzilla fame more recently, but also Bullet Train fame. He's going to be voicing Megatron.
Cool. Has
and then
anyone else voiced Optimus Prime besides the original voice actor?
Peter Cullen is the only one that's done it so far in the live actions or the newer versions. On TV, I believe they have a couple different people who've played.
Was it a couple different people? Okay.
But there's other people in the movie too. Hold on, let me pull it back up on here because I have too many stories going around there.
Yeah, he's just such an iconic voice actor for that role. I mean, it's much like, and now I'm spacing out his name, the guy who did the voice for Batman. Yep.
Go for it. You got it.
No. Anyway, it's just be weird to hear someone else try that voice, or even if they try it or make it their own type thing. It'd be weird to hear somebody else do it.
So of the
Kevin Conroy, that's it.
Yeah, Kevin Conroy. So of the other voice actors with characters that they've announced, so Chris Hemsworth will be voicing Orion Pax / Optimus Prime is his actual name. Brian.
Is his original name Orion Pax though?
Yeah, that's Optimus.
I've actually never. I don't know the lore behind behind Optimus Prime, so he has an actual name of not Optimus Prime. I guess with all the the primes are really not their names, but Lauren Pax just seems like you have that cool name, and then you find out his actual name is Lauren Pax.
No, Orion Pax.
Orion Pax. Sorry,
yeah,
I don't know where
Orion
I
Pax.
pulled Lauren from. Orion Pax.
Then you have Brian Tyree Henry playing D16 / Megatron. Because he has a designation, not a name. I don't know why. Scarlett Johansson is going to be playing a character named Alita 1. Keegan-Michael Key is scheduled to be B-127, who is Bumblebee. John Hamm as Sentinel Prime. Lawrence Fishburne as Alpha Trion. And then Steve Buscemi as Starscream.
Nice.
Yeah. So Transformers 1, it is, the premise says, described as an origin story set on the planet Cybertron. The film will center on the relationship between Optimus Prime and Megatron, going from brothers in arms to enemies.
Okay.
And it's the director of this particular movie. His name is Josh Cooley, which is just a cool name in general. But he worked on Inside Out, which is an odd thing to think about that he's doing this, but he's done other stuff too. Let me pull it up here. So he worked with a lot of Pixar stuff. So he worked on Incredibles, Cars, Ratatouille, Up, Cars 2, Inside Out, Toy Story 4, all story stuff. He directed Toy Story 4. I should say that, and then he's doing this one, and then he's got a couple other ones. And one of the interesting ones, and I don't know, I couldn't find any more information about it, is he's to be announced he's writing and directing a project called Little Monsters.
That sounds familiar. Wait, that's the old? Is that a remake of the old movie?
I think so. I don't know because there's no real
shit.
reference to it on here. It just listed as an upcoming project he's working on.
Was that the Howie Mandel movie?
Yeah, dude.
Can we get Howie Mandel in it?
I mean, he's still around, so maybe. Yeah, so I thought it was interesting because I saw that and I was like, wait, Little Monsters, like Fred Savage,
Yeah.
Howie Mandel, is that the Broken Horn,
Yeah.
amongst other people in that movie. I love that movie.
I haven't seen that movie in a while.
That one's pretty cool, or a pretty cool premise at least. We'll see if it actually is or not. But that's cool. And then what else did they announce on there? Everything know about Furiosa, which has got a weirdly long name I didn't realize. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga.
Mm-hmm.
Showed off the teaser for Joker as well as Beetlejuice.
That
A
was
couple
an
other things.
interesting teaser, because I'm assuming it's the one that you sent us.
Yeah. Yep.
I know a lot of people online were saying that it's a musical, and so going into that trailer, I was like thinking that they were going to present it more like something like Wicked, or I'm trying to think of other musicals, but yeah, more like a hardcore musical. It actually felt more like Zack Snyder's man. It's not a good morning.
Joe is running on very little RAM right now.
I was also up late last night. And when I say late, I mean like old man late, like 11 o'clock.
What?
I know, right? So I'm still a little tired. Things are going a little slow, and I still can't remember the name of the movie. I liked it. It was a good movie, but it seems more of like that you have the real world, and then you have like the delusional world that our main characters, Jokey Joker. God, I'm okay.
I don't think
I
you
can
are.
do this. And Harley Quinn, C. So actually watching the trailer versus what I was hearing other people saying, actually watching the trailer for it makes me more interested in seeing it. Because you have that, like, this is the real world and this is what everyone actually sees. But then this is the fantastical world that the Joker and Harley Quinn see. Had it. I almost had it. Not Suicide Squad. Yep. No. Lost it. I know Cody knows it. He won't tell me. So
I do.
We'll just continue on.
Eventually, it's gonna pop in your brain.
Sucker Punch.
There you go.
SU. I had it, and then I went Suicide Squad. Nope. Sucker Punch. That's what it was.
He didn't even make one of those.
Nope. So I think it's very interesting looking. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'll probably see it in theaters. I don't know. We'll see how I feel about it. I don't know. The trailer didn't visually, it looked cool. I just was just very confused. But it's a teaser trailer, so like obviously we're not going to get a whole lot out of it.
Yeah, we don't get very much story behind it. You do get the idea that he's still in the insane asylum, at least at one point. That's where he meets Harley Quinn, but not as like your stereotypical where she's a therapist. She seems to be an inmate as well, or not an inmate, but whatever they would call a person that is checked into a that type of asylum, which was Arkham Asylum, wasn't it?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. Uh, but then, yeah, somehow it seems like they get out and they're wreaking havoc, but also just like having weird fun in their own imagination type thing. So yeah, there is definitely no like, what are we bleeding to here? What is the point of this? What are we going? What are we doing? There's no real story there, which I kind of enjoy because
Yeah.
then you can go into it and just be like, I'm enjoying the experience rather than having already basically known what's going to happen.
And I'm confused on what's happening. But yeah, the scene
I'm
at
confused on what's happening.
the scene that everyone talks about online is the smile scene at the end where they're talking through the glass and she puts the makeup on the glass and he smiles behind it. It's a really cool like
Which
visual.
was really cool, yeah.
But everyone's like, "Oh, that's whoever thought of that is great." I'm like, "Okay, I guess. I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was really rad, but to get all fucking crazy about it, it seems very bizarre."
I don't know. Seems like one of those very film schooly type things. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to pull up all the other stuff because Paramount came out fucking swinging.
Mm-hmm.
Rated R Turtles movie based on Last Ronin.
Which is cool.
Let's see what else they do. New Star Trek movie. New trailer for A Quiet Place Day One. What else is there? G.I. Joe's Transformers. Obviously Transformers 1, which we talked about. And they showed footage of it, 3D animated like it was. If you've ever seen Bumblebee, it's like apparently like that animation from the beginning of that movie, which was fucking dope and still one of the greatest things about that movie. New Smurfs movie.
Okay.
Yeah, and it has a fuck ton of people in it. Rihanna, James Corden, Nick Offerman, Kurt Russell, Sandra Oh, Alex Winter, John Goodman. I don't know how to say his name. The dude that played Blue Beetle.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then Hannah Wadding from Ted Lasso fame now.
That's quite the cast, especially old Snake Plissken there.
Yeah. A new SpongeBob movie.
Okay.
3 animated Avatar movies with Dave Bautista as being the villain.
All right.
It basically takes place between the events of the first series and the Korra series, so it's going to be the adventures of adult Aang as the Avatar. So we'll see how that goes. Very interesting.
Would like to see him stretch his acting chops a little bit more. I feel like in Dune he was, and a lot of the main movies that he's done, he doesn't seem to really get out of the I'm a brutish type character.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to see him do something that maybe he can stretch his acting chops a little bit more. I was hoping that in Dune, but he didn't get enough screen time, especially in Dune 2.
Yeah.
I thought.
And his character's not really, known for being.
It's not a very deep character.
Yeah. He's a psycho.
So,
he's a sociopath, or no? He's a psychopath. Definitely a psychopath. Showed off footage for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Talked about Smile 2. Footage from Gladiator 2. That was a fight scene. Let's see. And Joseph Quinn of Stranger Things fame is also going to be in Gladiator 2, but he's also in the new A Quiet Place Day 1. He's the second lead in that.
Cool.
Pedro Pascal's also in Gladiator 2, apparently.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I think that was it for Paramount. Lionsgate showed off a newer, longer trailer for Borderlands. Let's see. They did a apparently did just a montage of movies they released last year. I don't remember if there's anything else from them. Oh, In the Gray, which will have Jake Gyllenhaal, Henry Cavill, Asa Gonzalez, and Rosamund Pike. I don't know. I think it's Pike. They showed a preview of that. Something about there's a car chase or something in it. I can't remember what it was. I didn't really read too much about it.
Okay.
Showed off The Strangers Chapter 1 footage, which they're really ramping up their viral campaign for that by having people dressed like the Strangers at different mega events, including Coachella, which is happening right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're just walking around Coachella, which is probably not the best because some people are going to be on some very interesting chemicals, and seeing those fucking psychopaths just standing still staring at them is probably not the best in the world, but who am I to tell you how to market your movie?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Let's see here. Eli Roth mentioned, I love the game. I love big popcorn sci-fi movies. Talking about Borderlands, and then went on to say, what was it? Some movies you've just pushing the boulder up a hill. There's nothing you can do, and then goes on to talk about how like he was fortunate enough to kind of like be able to let loose. A new trailer for The Crow, an actual trailer, not a teaser trailer.
Okay.
Never Let Go, which is Halle Berry. Apparently it's a scary movie because it has jump scares in it. What else was there? I don't know what that is, but I don't care about it because it says the word Christmas in it.
Could be A Christmas Carol, or Christmas Story. Wait, what was the one that Bill Murray did?
Scrooged.
Scrooged. There we
I
go.
love that movie. Then
Remake Scrooged.
Then there's a movie called The Killer's Game, starring Dave Bautista, Sofia Boutella, Palm Clementeff. I don't know how to say her last name because it's like French or something.
Okay.
Ben Kingsley and more. Basically, Batista he plays a hitman. And some other stuff in it. So that one we'll see. A new movie called Flight Risk with Mark Wahlberg. I don't know what the Shadow Force is, but the film sees two characters formerly of a Shadow Force with the rule that no one leaves behind. I don't know what that is, but I'll look it up later.
Okay.
Good Fortune, starring Seth Rogen, Aziz Ansari, Keanu Reeves, and Keke Palmer. Apparently, it's the movie is Asani's character swaps places with Rogen's, and something about financial stuff, and like one's rich and one's poor. I guess I don't know. Whatever. They showed off footage of Ballerina, which is gonna be the John Wick one. It's set between the events of 3 and 4. Because apparently it has John Wick in it.
I was gonna say, I think he makes an appearance of it. Yeah.
Yep. And then I think. Oh, then they showed off footage and talked about the new Michael Jackson biopic movie.
Okay.
I think it was all from Lionsgate, though. I did rush through that quite a bit. Warner Brothers brings out DC Studios, Furiosa, and more. Let's see. They talked about. They did a sizzle reel with Furiosa, Mickey 17, which is a new movie with Robert Pattinson, Joker 2, and more. They talked about building on the success of Dune and Wonka, as well as Godzilla and Kong. And I think that's really it. And then I think the last thing is they said the Lord of the Rings, the War of the Rohirrim, I guess, is going to arrive this holiday season. I don't know what that actually is.
Well, Jesus Christ, not Rohan. Weren't they the writers?
Yeah, I don't know what it is though, because all it says here is the Lord of the Rings, War of the the Rorim, is confirmed to arrive 2024 holiday season. So is that a game?
Oh, you're talking about what the property is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have no idea either.
I mean, I know what
This is the first time
that
I'm
is, but
hearing it. What was it called again? Lord of the
uh,
the Rings.
War of the Rohirrim. Rorim? Rorim? I don't know. Trying to see if there's anything else they talked about. Furiosa.
No, it's an animated film.
Oh, okay. Oh, they also showed off a new trailer for The Watchers, which is Ishana Shyamalan's new movie, who's the daughter of the only Shyamalan that most people know. Showed off Superman logo.
What do you think about the Superman logo?
I mean it's a logo, so I mean it's very Kingdom Come, in a way.
No, I only ask because I've seen the logo and it looks like it's just missing a little bit to me.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same.
Like to me, it's mostly like the bottom portion. It looks more like a Ghostbusters, X out something, not X out, but like slash out something.
Yeah.
Rather than an S type thing that you would classically see from a Superman logo, and I think it's mostly just because the bottom of it isn't very fleshed out. So it just looks like it just crosses out something, and that's it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I dislike it. I'm just saying it's a different choice, and it's not if I were to have like that with like a couple of other options available, I probably would have gone with that one.
Do I have? Because it's very, very similar to Kingdom Come, which
is it?
I should have somewhere near me because I have like 40 copies of it. But
Jesus, I can't.
Oh, that's all Batman. That's all Marvel stuff.
Oh wow, nope, I did not.
I mean, I could grab the Absolute, but it's really far away from me.
No, yeah, I'm looking at it now, and you're right. It is very Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
The Kingdom Come doesn't really have. I think it has a more pronounced top than the one that we have an image for. But you're right. The bottom is very much more very.
There's a lot less negative space in the inside the emblem than there is on the more classic style.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway. Then Kevin Costner came out and talked about Horizon: An American Saga, which is his 2-part epic thing that, I don't know, covers 12 years of time during the Civil War, apparently. And then Mickey 17, which I mentioned earlier, is the new movie starring Robert Pattinson from Bong Joon-ho. Let's see, what else? And then they announced M. Night Shyamalan's Trap, which is his next movie.
Okay. As in, you're trapped in a theater and you have to watch this.
Yeah, and the doors will only open when I tell you it is.
It'd be funny. It's just cameras of you're watching it. And, you get the credits that come up, and then you just realize that you're on the screen. What a twist!
What a twist! Then they showed off footage from Beetlejuice. And I guess it showed off William Dafoe's character, who was a ghost detective, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
Catherine O'Hara talked about stuff. Then they showed off the Joker. And so it says here, is it a musical? We've never really talked about like let's see, hold on. We've never really talked about it like that, but it's a movie where music is an essential element to it, and to me doesn't veer too far from the first film. Yeah, Arthur is a weird and aloof, but he has music in him and informed a lot of the dancing in the film. It doesn't seem like that is a big step, and we're here, and what we did here, it's a different, but it makes sense. So I don't think it's really a musical, more than just like we're hearing the music in Arthur's head because he's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like everyone going into it, of people I've seen online, and granted, I'm not on Twitter or any of those types of social media places. I'm on
Good for
Reddit,
you.
but people are like, oh, it looks like a musical and this and that. And then I finally watch the trailer and I'm like, no, I don't get musical from this. I just get like, it has elements of weirdness because we're jumping into these people's heads a la Sucker Punch. That's the feeling I got of it.
Yeah.
Not a musical.
We get to see the delusions versus just them being in his head.
Exactly.
Or their heads. I'm not too sure.
Right.
Let's see. Focus Feature showed off footage of Nosferatu.
Oh, that's cool.
Also starring William Dafoe, but also has the Crow in it.
Is he playing Nosferatu?
No, the Crow plays Nosferatu.
Oh, that seems like a miss there.
Well, it's because this is like, he plays. Who does he play? I think he plays Van Helsing.
Okay, I'm okay with that then.
Let me see if it says in here. Conclave, Nosferatu. Robert Eggers comes out, talks about things. Billed as the most personal film to date. Nosferatu is described as a terrifying tale of love and obsession, full of psychological horror and jump scares, or as it was described on the Coliseum stage, not your father's Nosferatu. It does not say what he plays. I could probably look it up.
Yeah, he just has that, like, he can have that smile where you're just, obviously, we saw it in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. And well, this, I mean, right here,
Raimi Spider-Man, but, like, he can make that smile. You're like, that's fucking creepy, man.
In this picture they show of him.
Nosferatu with no problem.
Yeah, for sure. In this picture they show him, he looks like he's dressed as the Hatbox Ghost from Haunted Mansion.
That's the thing too. Is like I don't know if I don't think does Van Helsing even appear in that original Nosferatu film. I genuinely ask because I've never seen it. My God, how do you spell Ferratu? I'm about to put in the number 4.
Oh, that's funny.
Damn you, Joseph Hill.
Joseph Hill. Let's see here. Robert. Let's see what he's listed as here. Cast. Bill Skarsgård as Count Orlok. Nicholas Hoult as Thomas Hutter. Lillian Rose Depp as Ellen Hutter. Aaron Taylor Johnson as Frederick Hardwig. Emma Corrin as Anna Harding. Frederick Harding. Anna Harding. William Dafoe plays Professor Albin Eberhard van Franz. It's a really long name and explains a lot of his outfit because someone who with that name needs to dress like a fucking maniac.
So taking this out of context, because I have not read the whole rest of the paragraph, I just went to Wikipedia, searched for Nosferatu, and then searched for Van Helsing. It says Van Helsing character was renamed into Dr. Bulwer in reference to English occult novelist Edward Bulwer Lytton. So he does appear in the movie, but not as Van Helsing, as Dr. Bulwer.
Okay, I could have swore there was a character like that in the original Nosferatu movie. So this one doesn't list that person, but I mean,
it still could be just a different name of the same person.
Yeah. This is on Wikipedia, the premise stated by Focus Features says Robert Eggers' Nosferatu is a gothic tale of obsession between a haunted young woman and the terrifying vampire infatuated with her, causing untold horror in its wake. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yep.
That sounds like Nosferatu to me.
It does.
emails. What the hell?
Calm down.
Yeah. I think that was pretty much it from what I saw. Yeah, I think so.
Speaking of vampires, did I tell you that I watched Last Voyage of the Demeter?
Oh, we were gonna watch it the other night and we haven't watched it yet.
It's really good.
I heard so, and I want to watch it.
Really good.
And Paige wants to watch it, which is like a rare occurrence in general, where she wants to watch something that's not fucking like Big Daddy or something, or Terrifier 2 for the 150th time.
There's such a range there of like Big Daddy and then Terrifier 2.
Yeah, she's got real range. That is for sure.
Real range. It's really cool. I do kind of like the way they ended as well, because they kind of give you a twinkling of like, hey, there could be more if we want to. I don't know. And I'm just like, yes, please finish out, because we know what happens after this.
Yeah.
Please finish that out. It's really.
I want to see. I want to see your
with.
version of that portion of it. Yeah, because did you ever watch the Dracula show from a dude that made Doctor Who, whose name escapes me at my moment right now?
No, I didn't know that he made a Dracula show.
Yeah, and it had the dude that played Caesar, right? What was his name? Or was that Dumbledore?
Oh, wait. No, yeah, I did watch it. Now it's coming back to me.
Yeah, he did it after he did Sherlock.
Yes. Oh, wow. Because it takes place in modern times. His
somewhat,
casket,
yeah.
It's what is it? The casket washes up on the beach, but it was expected. Oh man, it's like slowly coming back. And I don't remember it all. I remember it being pretty decent, but it had some weirdness with it, because I remember we did talk about it.
Yeah,
there was like a whole society that was like not like monster hunters and types of and whatnot, and
yeah, they basically made it so the Van Helsing bloodline was less of monster hunters, more of monster imprisoners.
Yeah,
and so they basically made this force of people of soldiers and stuff that were not really hunting them but capturing them, so they could like alleviate the spread and blah blah blah. But they did their version of the last Voyage of the Demeter episode, which was fucking haunting as shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's why I asked if you'd seen it or not.
Yes, like I just very vaguely remember it now. Doesn't mean that it wasn't bad. I remember it being good.
For the most part, yeah, it was really good. It had some weird things in it, like they basically made it where he's not actually doesn't die in sunlight.
Yeah,
which is very. I don't remember the reasoning why, but
yeah, I don't remember either.
But I like when they do that sort of twisty stuff on there.
Right.
I think that's all I have. Yep, I think that's it.
All right.
Boom. That's it for this week's episode of Comes Naturally. We have been
Joe.
I have been Cody. And as usual, you fuckers just came naturally.
Bye.
Bye.